got slick words and hot topics, catch our sports vibe. Catch our sports vibe. Catch our sports vibe. Catch our sports vibe. We got slick words and hot topics, catch our sports vibe. Catch our sports vibe. Catch our sports vibe. Catch our sports vibe. We out of pocket.
Welcome to Outta Pocket Show, where we talk about topics about today, tomorrow, and yesterday. I'm your host, Big Money Mo.
I'm Peanut, and I run the show.
My name is Fresh, and I'm gonna bring it to the house.
So today on Outta Pocket, we have the very special guest who was the head coach of an NBA team, but that's okay. He was a former defensive specialist. Welcome to the show, Coach Nate McMillan.
Thank you. Hey, thank you for having me on the hottest talk show in Las Vegas. Let's go.
That's right. Now, Coach, before we get started, we don't have to be 100% politically correct here. You can be yourself. You can say how you feel. You know, we just have a casual conversation.
I'll be real.
All right.
Okay, and also, Nate, if there's a question that you don't want to particularly answer, all you got to say is, I tap out. Just to give you that out.
Okay.
Yep, I tap out. Okay.
I need that for the media. Once I get back on the sideline.
Absolutely. So you can have that.
Okay. I tap out.
So first of all, we want to congratulate you for making the playoffs in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you.
So the first question we have for you is, name your top 5 players and a 6th man.
From
Who's
North Carolina. From where you're from from the state that you're from, who would be your top 5 all-time players and your 6th man?
Ooh, of course I'm gonna put myself in that, but does Michael Jordan? I mean, they say Michael is from.
He was born
York.
in Brooklyn. Yeah, so no.
But he played his high school ball in North Carolina.
All right, you need Michael.
When he picked up his scholarship, it was from North Carolina. It wasn't New York when he was a baby, a kid.
You're cheating. Okay. You're cheating, Nate.
Okay, Dominique Wilkins. You know, from you got James Worthy, Sleepy Floyd. Let me see, James Worthy. I mean, I could go back to Artis Gilmore and
it's your team.
David Thompson.
That's 5, and then you.
That's 5. So I'm gonna put myself as 6th man.
There you go.
That's fair.
Well deserved. I'm
gonna put myself as 6th man.
And how many games did y'all win in the 82 game season? If that was a lineup.
We're gonna win a championship for sure. I would say we would be a 50 plus win team, which is above average in the NBA.
Okay, Coach, let me ask you, when the glove came into the league, he was your rook.
Yes.
Tell me something funny, and what kind of guy was he coming in as a brash rookie coming to Seattle?
It was really strange how things happened. I was a starting point guard when they drafted Gary, and G was, this hot-headed, talented rookie that was going to come in, and he was considered a franchise player. So the day that they drafted him, I remember the coach saying, that is our starting point guard. They didn't give us a chance to come to training camp and work it out and play it out, and rightfully so. I mean, top pick in the draft. Anytime you have a high pick like that, he's going to come in and start. So Gary basically came with this dukes up. He was like, he ain't taking nothing from no veterans. He and I didn't know each other, and when he came into camp late because they were late signing his contract. So camp had already started, and I think he missed about a day or two. And when he came in, he just it was like, I got game. You know, Gary. Gary has a lot of confidence, and he knows, he believes in himself, and he came in with as I said, with his guards up, because I was the guy who he was taking that guy's spot.
Right.
We became, and the first thing I told him is, hey man, let's do this. I welcomed him, and if they want you to be the starting guy, I'm going to push your ass, and I'm going to go at you every single day, and I'm going to make you better and make this team better. And from that point on, really, I would say after training camp, once we got into the season, and he saw that I wasn't a guy that really had any ego. Hey, if they feel you're the starting guard, put you there, and I'm going to earn my right to be on the floor. And how things worked out, Gary and I played a lot more together, because he was, he could do a number of things. He certainly could score and defend, but when I came into the game, he played off of the ball.
Right.
So he could get out in transition. He was playing more like a two guard and more of a scorer than a facilitator when he was at that point guard position. And we became, both of us are believers on the defensive end of the floor that we can, we can guard anybody. Yeah, the glove, absolutely. And we just developed a friendship where, it was more of a brother, a younger brother relationship than a teammate,
right,
and all of that. And we just became close, and the respect factor was there from both of us. I had a great deal of respect for his game, and he had a great deal of respect for my game, and we just hit it off. And then Sean and the rest of the guys came in, and we were monsters in the 90s, man. I mean, we felt like we could pretty much take anybody out of what they wanted to do out on the floor.
There wasn't a lot of egos that I could remember on that team.
The only ego was Gary.
Oh, you gotta have one.
Yeah, the ego was Gary. I mean, he had enough.
He was the shit.
Yeah, he had enough ego for all of us, and he was a trash talking, back it up. He knew he could deliver, and he did. G was one of the few players. If you look at his numbers, even when he signed his contracts and got his extensions, Gary got better. He wasn't like a lot of players that, once they sign the big contract and they get the big money, their numbers stay the same, or, they get content with what they're doing. G continued to improve. He continued to get better, where he, became a Hall of Famer. And you don't do that if each year you don't improve on something. Your team, not only did he improve, but his team and his teammates improved to the point where he finally was able to get a championship and become a Hall of Famer. And you have to respect that. And that's the one thing that I always talk to people about, is the fact that like a lot of these young guys now, they get these big contracts, and the numbers, all of a sudden they disappear.